Hello guys, welcome to or back to my channel. Anyways, today we're gonna get straight to it. Today I'm gonna talk about how I landed this position. People often ask me, but I know a lot more people are wondering how I got this position. Is it from what I've been posting, how to become a nanny, placement agencies, did I use that process? Or did things go a little different for me? So I am on a few different placement agency sites, probably about 10, just like I said in the placement agency video. I have done all that stuff. I am on plenty of sites. And then follow a lot of nanny groups and babysitter groups and all that type of stuff. So sometimes some agencies will post jobs or just comment on posts like, hey, apply at my agency, we have positions that you're looking for, because nannies in the Facebook groups will put like, I am however old, I have this type of skill, I'm looking for this kind of position, these many hours, and people will comment under that, like people that own agencies and place people and say, oh, okay, well, I have a job similar to that, message me or send me your resume. So it was kind of one of those processes. So I can't remember the exact, I think I seen on a nanny group, someone posted a screenshot of a position in Florida that looked amazing. I tell you, this position was like. So I was like, oh shoot, and then I seen the person's name, so then I went to their page, and then I seen that on their page, she had a bunch of different job postings. So that was one of the positions that I wanted. So I just sent her an email with my resume and all that good stuff. And for some reason that position wasn't available anymore, but she did have a lot of different positions, which was great. So she was like, well, this one sounds similar to what you're looking for. What do you think about this position? And then that was actually this position of where I am now. I was like, wow, this one sounds great. She was like, yeah, it sounds like you guys would be a good match, you sound like what they're looking for, and they sound like what you're looking for. So I was like, okay, cool. Yes, you can send my resume to them. So she sent my resume to them. So this was like on maybe a Tuesday. And then she got back to me like maybe Thursday and told me that they wanted to interview me Friday. Something of that sort. These days are probably all wrong. Anyways, just know it was a fast process. So it was a really fast process. So yeah, it literally took about 2 days. I met this lady. We had a phone interview first, because they have to interview you first before you even move forward to the family. So we had an interview probably that same day on the phone, FaceTime. We talked, and she asked me what I love about nannying, what brought me to it, my style, my discipline style, all that good stuff that I told you guys about in the video. She asked me all that stuff. We had a good conversation. Then she got back to me the next day saying that the family wanted to do a FaceTime interview. So I was like, oh wow, that was fast. Okay, so we set that FaceTime interview up for that next day, and it was a great interview. I talked to them. I know they had, I think, 2 more potential nannies that they had to interview, or they interviewed one. They had a Spanish-speaking nanny, 2 Spanish-speaking nannies that they were interviewing, that they were considering. And then there was me. So we had the interview and everything went great. I love that. I love them. I love their energy just from the call. You can tell people's energy. You can feel the energy. I felt it. I was like, wow, this is my family right here. And I guess they felt the same thing as well. But yeah, so after that, they told her, I guess they reached back out to her and let her know, like, yeah, we are interested in her. She's like our favorite right now out of the ones we have interviewed. And then the lady she got back to me and told me that, and I was like, what, really? She was like, yep, you are their top. And they already interviewed Spanish-speaking nannies, and we're in Puerto Rico, so a lot of people want Spanish-speaking nannies so their children can learn Spanish, but I am learning Spanish anyways. But yeah, so I was excited about that. And then they contacted me the next day for, I think it was like 2 days later, she reached out to me and asked me if I was available the next coming week to come get flown out to do a trial. So once you get a position once you do an interview and they like you, you move on to the next stage, which would be the trial week. So that's essentially, they, pay for your flight, your room, your board. If you're not staying with them, it depends on, if you're live out, live in. They pay for your flight, everything. They pay for everything, and they also pay you for that week that you're there working. When you're not really working, you're trying to get used to the neighborhood, the house, the kid, create a bond. They usually have someone helping out. If not, it's the mom there, and they're just showing you how things work and see if you're a good fit for their family. And you are doing the same thing too. It's not just about the family. It's about what you want, which, you're supposed to match, right? It's not just about what they want, what they need, how their lives are. You gotta actually make sure you have your wants, needs, and at the top as well, so you guys can match and be a happy family. So anyways, they asked me if I was available, and they don't know this though, but I was not available. I was working as a counselor, so I was counseling, but you see, that was around a lot of people, I don't know, it was that second strand of COVID. I don't know, one of these strands of COVID came around, and everyone at my job was getting sick. Like, everyone was sick and out of work and everything. I'm just like, I really, really, really don't want to miss this. I don't want to tell them I'm not available. I do want to make this trial. So then I was just like, well, fine. Since I haven't been sick, I haven't got COVID, I can use my week. No one is at work. No one at all. Everyone was gone. I'm just like, I'm the only one that comes to work every single day because I have a good immune system. So I was just like, all right. So I had to go take a COVID test because one weekend that weekend I did feel like sick because everyone else had it at the job and they recommended us to go get a test, so I did. But on the test, it said like, so they kind of print out a excuse from work anyway, even though if you have it or you don't. So I used that, and I was like, okay, well, I am, I have COVID, I do have symptoms of COVID, and they were like, that's fine, so I was going for the week. I took my COVID week to come down here for the trial week. Look, they don't know that. Don't tell them. I'm not going to tell you where I was working. But yeah, anyways, so I did that, and then I gave my 2 weeks notice when I got back. Yeah, so I gave my 2 weeks notice when I got back that week. Once I knew that they wanted me, I gave my 2 weeks notice. And I'm so glad that I actually took the time, to look further. And the only reason why I was searching for something different is because the main reason why I got back into counseling was so I can get my hours to become a licensed therapist. But they didn't even have anyone to supervise me for my hours. When they hired me, they told me they had some way for me to get supervised to get my hours for licensure. And months later, they still did not. So I was like, I need something, that I love to do, something that I'm not wasting my time doing. I wasn't wasting my time, but I wanted to move forward. I love to move forward. I love to move up. And I felt like I was just stuck. Even though, they wanted to offer me a higher position once I gave my 2 weeks. They were like, we were considering a new position for you. Someone recommended you for this position. Would you like that? I'm just like, no thanks, I can't, because I came here because I wanted to get my licensure, and it seems like that's not something that I will be getting. Anyway, so yeah, I was here for the trial for that week, and so there was a nanny here already. There was a night nurse or a night nanny, and then there was a daytime one. So, I'm just getting the feel for it. They were showing me around the neighborhood and stuff, which was great. The baby was so cute. I think she was 3 months at that time. Yeah, 3 or 4 months. I can't remember. But something like that. She was so cute. I loved it. I felt like that's where I needed to be. That's the position I needed, that I've wanted, that I've been, I've been looking for something new. And I've always wanted to learn Spanish all my life. I considered being an au pair because I just want to be in the culture. I want to be immersed in the Spanish culture so I can learn the language much faster. So this was a no-brainer for me. But yeah, so that's pretty much my story on how I got this position. I am definitely qualified for it. You guys already know if you know me, but if you don't, I am definitely qualified for it. I specialize in education, educating children before preschool years. They're qualified probably for second grade by the time they go to school. But we have a lot of fun. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to think. Is there anything I didn't tell you guys about how I got this position? So yeah, I sent her my email. It was a fast process. I did tag her, Elizabeth, on my what are placement agencies. I believe she's the first one, ijsstaffing.com, I believe. So yeah, send your email, your resume if you're ready to apply for jobs, or if you're qualified, or if you got everything you need, please don't hesitate. But yeah, I was determined to find a new position that month. I told myself that month I'm going to find a new position. I was literally applying for so many different positions. I did a couple interviews, but there were some positions that no matter, even how qualified I am, there's people that want more and more and more. Some people want people that have been with one family for 10 years, or they have a lot of different requirements. So I applied for all different types of positions that were great positions. And I'm just so glad I got turned down from some, like some you don't even make it to the actual interview stage. They just read your profile, they see, your resume and your picture and all that stuff. And if they not interested, then, they'll next you. And then on the sites for the interviews, the sites for the actual job applications, you'll see that, they did not pick you, they went with a different, so there was a lot of that going on. But I'm so glad and I'm so thankful for you all for doing that, because I got to where I needed to be with who I needed to be with. This family is amazing. Like, I've never worked for a family that I did not love, that we did not click. So I'm so blessed, because I read a lot in these nanny groups that there's a lot of shady stuff going on, and it is so sad that people treat their nannies that way. But I've never worked for a family that treated me any kind of way. I always felt like a part of the family. I felt loved, and I give that back into return. The more love you show to your nanny, the more love they show to your children. That just kind of makes sense. Yes, it's their job, but you can't force someone to want to be around a child or love a child, no matter how much you're paying them. So you always want to treat your nanny with respect as a part of the family, because that shows and that rubs off to your children. You don't want someone that's unhappy, that's overworked, underpaid, not treated right, because it's just not going to work, and it's not going to last long. So longevity is very important in this field, and having a good relationship and good bonds. But I love it. Like I said, this family is amazing. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I still read different positions just because they come into my email anyway. And it's interesting to read different positions, and I'm just like, I'm great where I am, and I'm thankful for where I am. And I love the people who I work for. They're amazing. If they are watching this, if they aren't, I just want you guys to know, make sure you understand there are so many job opportunities out there. Do not just pick a family for the money. Do not just pick a family for the opportunity. Pick a family that you match with, because at the end of the day, you want to have a good life. You want to have a good job. You want to have a good aura, good energy. And if you're going to be living with someone or working for someone 40 hours or more, you want to at least enjoy it, right? Right. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.